watching or is there? Okay, you guys are there. You guys are there. But this is the After Party Episode 2.
After Party.
I'm here with my boy Alex Samantha. This is Samantha. We're here to talk to you guys, man, about something we felt like was a good topic. I think you guys will kind of be able to conversate with us and kind of give your own opinion towards it. It's kind of like what the title says. Right person, wrong timing.
Wrong timing.
Wrong timing. Cool, let's do it. Like chocolate chips and cookie dough. That's my saying. Chocolate chips and cookie dough. Let's do it like chocolate chips and cookie dough.
I like
it's fun.
that.
You feel me? You feel me? And then put a little milk in it. When the cookie gets soggy, that's when it's the best.
So can you be the chocolate chip? I be the cookie dough, and he be the milk.
But who's drinking it?
I got some.
Who's biting the cookie and who's drinking the milk?
Hey. This starts to sound a little weird.
Some Holman milk.
So
anyways, so this topic kind of got stuck in my mind, and it's, you know, a lot of people in life kind of say, you meet special people and they kind of just throw out, hey yo, like, honestly right now in my life it's just a bad timing, but you're the right person, but it's just a bad timing. And for me particularly, I feel kind of against that. Like, what do you mean? Because I feel like a lot of times in life you meet people and I feel like that's for a reason, and they use time as a negative, and I feel like time is endless at this point. As much as time, we have so much time during our life, I feel like you should never use that as a fault to say, I think that this can't happen because of what's happening at the moment. Now I understand that things don't happen right in life, right? You run through bumps in your road, and sometimes you might not particularly need that person at the moment, but I feel like you should still carry that out. I mean, if there's someone special to you. So for me, I've always had like a different opinion towards that, and I've always felt like a certain way when people say that. Like, I don't know if what you're really saying is it, are you saying because you really don't want me to be in your life? Or are you actually meaning this? Yeah, if it is an excuse.
I can personally say from my experience, because I have used that with somebody who I thought, you know, was a good person generally, and I really had interest in him. He had interest in me. But I had a lot going on in my life, personally, with family and whatnot. And he was the type where he was like, hey, can we hang out? Always texting me and whatnot. And I was always at work, and then right after I'd be with family because of the situation that was happening in my life. And I just didn't have time. I didn't have the effort. I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the vibes, or like, I don't know how to explain it, but just like, I just didn't have, it just wasn't there for me to like text him back. I feel like it wasn't full-hearted for like, if I was texting him back, it was something like short or whatnot. Or like, I just didn't want to talk to anybody else but family because of the situation.
You don't want to be too attached.
Yeah. So I told him the situation, and he was very understanding, which made it even like more harder because, you know, he was a very nice and respectful guy, and he told me, okay, I understand, blah blah blah. But I told him, like, I really like you, but right now it's just not, I can't give you my all. I think that's the thing. It's like when people say that, like, it's not the right time, it's because they can't give their all. Either personally because they're not ready, because they have trust issues, or they have something like going on intellectually, or it's just like situations like in my situation where something is going on. And for me, it was that, like, I can't give you my time, I can't go on dates right now, I can't text you like how you want me to, or talk on the phone or whatnot, because I'm always busy and my mind is completely somewhere else. Another thing is, I don't think it's always girls who use this, that it's the wrong time, like, it's not you, it's me, it's just my life, blah 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 blah, because I've definitely had a guy tell me that too. And yeah, so that's just from my point of view. But
do you feel as men, do we say that concerningly, as in like we actually care about that girl, or do we say it to kind of push the girl away?
You talking about like the timing?
Yeah, like if we tell a girl, you know what, honestly it's just bad timing, but you're a great person.
I'll be like, you know what, if I don't really want to be with you, I'm like, look, it's not you, it's me. Just don't like you. But no, honestly, look, the whole, you know, topic, if I was on it, you can't, it's hard to say which one's right and wrong, because it's always like a paradox if you look at it certain ways. You know what, if you look at it one way, if you think that you and this girl are meant to be together, you guys are soulmates, but it's just bad timing, you're going to, you know, believe that. But the way I think of it, it's like, you know what, there's so much girls out there. There's like, what? How much? There's like,
how many right ones are there?
There's like 7 billion people on the planet. Now there's like 8 billion now. It's like fucking population's going up crazy. People need to learn how to use condoms and birth control, but no one's using it. Not even me. We need to anyways, it's like I really truly believe that one myth, you know, that one person for you, it's a myth. Like I don't believe there's just one person out there for you because we never met that one person. People will, and I remember in middle school I would date a girl and believe she was the one. But the only reason why I believe she was the one is because how society, you know, throws all this music at you, all this religion, all these movies, how it's just like, oh, these like, it's love plots, it's love stories, how this person is the perfect match for this person. Like, fucking, I don't know, just throwing out Cinderella, like, fucking all these love movies, like, The Notebook, whatever. It's all like, oh, this person was made for this person only.
Destiny, yeah.
Yeah, destiny, you know, but it's...
Yeah.
I don't believe that's true. I feel like that keeps you in bad relationships because you could be with an abusive boyfriend or a girlfriend that cheats on you all the time, but you keep going back to her because that myth is so installed in your head.
Is that a myth or is that stupidity?
That I think it's a myth. I think it's more of like a society-based thinking. How if you believe what society puts on you, it influences you.
But see, I think society actually plays more of a bigger role to tell you like, bitch, fuck bitches, get money, do you basically more than. I feel like love is not a big aspect anymore. As we go on social media, you feel like a lot of people are with each other because of the fame of it, the hype of it. It's not true love.
The idea of love.
Yeah, and that's where I can say, in a lot of circumstances, that's where a lot of the bad timing is. I think when people use this phrase and kind of like what you were saying to an extent, yeah, society forms us to a point, but I believe now the forming is more like just the overall outlook. What can people see? What do they view us as? And if we look good together, then fuck, we popping. But for me, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. You feel me? I'm a romantic type of dude. So I love going to movies and watching like a romantic movie.
See, I feel like, but honestly, I feel like, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I feel like you're that like you believe in that, like you like the idea of love. You know how you brought it up? I feel like that's because that's you.
Romantic, yeah.
You believe in, you really just love the idea of true love. But you know what? This might sound so fucked up. And you know what? I might not be the best relationship coach for you guys, but I really feel like if you don't give a fuck about love, if you don't want to find love, and then out of nowhere you meet that one girl that you just fucked and is inside of your bed, and then you guys just start talking, pillow talking, then like you're just like, you know what? She's actually a cool girl. Like she's not stupid like the other girls. That's why I feel like it's that genuine connection, not just like if you fuck any girl that feels you, and then you just want that idea of love to where you're just like, you know what? You're cute, I'm cute, like, and I just want to fall in love. Like you're like needy for it.
But but you're saying that after sex though?
Just not even sex, just like anything. But I feel like when you're not so needy for the idea of love, you find better love than you being needy for it. Because then you're gonna want exactly desperate. You're gonna want to find love. You're gonna figure out. Your mind's gonna like. Just look at ideas to where, oh, okay, she's perfect for me because this reason. In any girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to explain, but...
No, the concept makes sense, but it's the fact of saying, for me, like, potentially... I think a lot of guys are like this, but I think, again, as men, we kind of stray away from it because it's not right. Or it's not right for us men to be emotional to an extent. I don't believe any of this. I don't believe that I believe that there's love and there's lust, and I think that's where we get the biggest mix up. See, people who don't really know what they want and say, and people would say, well, bro, like, you're just stuck in love because they're on the movement in life about lust. They don't care too much about falling for a girl. They don't care too much to invest time because for them, they're like, hey, I'm just trying to get my shit wet and then dip out, you know, and this is where a lot of opinions start formulating. This is where a lot of people start talking. This is where a lot of girls get opinion about a man or men get opinion about a woman. And I feel like the genuineness of love is not there anymore. And I feel like it's a reason why. Because there's just so much negative towards you being that person who cares about somebody. Why you gotta be so emotional? Why you gotta be so invested? Why do you care so much? For me personally, it's because my interest is for the best. If I'm investing time in you, I care about you. I'm not just throwing my hand out for everybody. Like, this is my time, this is my life. So if I put you in it, if I give you a footstep in my own life, It's because I want to walk with you. You know what I mean? I want to carry you throughout this life journey. So romantic movies or that hope is because I know that a lot of people lack it. And I want to make sure that I still believe in that love is true, it's real. When I watch a romantic movie, you know, I'll be chilling there sometimes, I'll be like,
but this is the thing, look, this is the thing about romantic movies. Alright, you need to turn it on.
You were the one who said,
so look, this is the thing about romantic movies and actual love, because I do believe love is a real thing. I believe it's an emotion that we all feel, and if it wasn't true, we wouldn't feel it, we wouldn't bring it up. So the thing about romantic movies, how I said it, is that one item, that one person that you love, you know, it's just that one person that can only give you those emotions. And that's just why I bring up people in unhealthy relationships, because you ever see a girl or guy's like, why you go back to this girl? He's always cheating on you, or vice versa with the guy, because they believe, because that's my true love. That's the only guy that can give me these types of emotions. But the way I think about love is, yes, love's a real feeling. I feel love. You know, I felt love with other girls, other people, with my family members. You know, love's a real feeling. What I believe is that there's always going to be good people out there for you, and there's going to be bad people out there for you. There's never going to be a perfect person out there, because at the end of the day, we're all people. Like, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect. I got so much bad things about me. It's ridiculous. Everyone does too. And if you can just look past it and be like, you know what, this person actually has a lot more good sides than bad sides, you know, kind of outweigh it. You know, which one outweighs each other. Those are the people I feel like you should be with. You're never going to find the perfect love for you. It's just,
I don't think that when people say perfect, your point of perfect could be different from someone else's perfect. When I say this girl's perfect for me, it means my flaws, she ups me with my flaws. She fills the holes that are missed. To me, that's my perfect. That's the girl that's going to carry me out through life. That's the person that's inspired me. That's the person that keeps me motivated. So when I say she's perfect for me, I'm not meaning in any way that she doesn't have her flaws or she doesn't do things correctly.
She just have these good things that you've been looking for.
Yeah, for me, she's filling everything I feel like I'm missing in my life, and that's why this girl is potentially the right person.
But would you ever feel like she would never have any bad qualities about her?
No, I expect her to have that quality.
That's good.
I expect us to argue. I expect us to lack some type of communication or get, frustrated at each other. But I think that's what keeps people alive. That's what keeps this going, because then in the moments of fighting, it's like a war. When you fight in a war, not that I ever have, but when you think about it, you're fighting for your life, right? And you put everything out there, not knowing if you're going to ever get something back, if your life's going to end there, if you're going to continue the next 2 days, 3 weeks, a year. And I think that's concept to an extent flows with the hope of love. You never know what's going to happen the next day or if it's going to end right then and there. But when you feel like it's the right person, because in your mind, you're feeling like these feelings and what you have with that person are perfect. Again, it's how you take perfect, but you're going to fight, you're going to battle. And at the end of the day, if you continue to strive with that person, you continue to push those boundaries and you continue to work it out. And I'm not saying this because a lot of young people, you guys get mixed, this love situation, you guys get mixed up because you will fight. You will be with the person for 6 months, fight 9 times out of 6 months, break up 9 times, and still get back with them.
Amen.
I don't understand your concept of love at that point, because you're falling for a person who's obviously willing to let you go, and they don't care. You might say, I love this guy, it's been a year, and he might be like,
but you do gotta give him slack, because, I've been there too, and the reason why I've been there is because, we're young. We don't know better. Yeah. It's literally, it's kind of like, learning basketball. When you first start it, you suck at it. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to dribble. The more you play basketball, you get better at it. Now you're in the NBA. It's the same thing with love, is relationships, whatever. The more you meet people, different people, try dating, whatever, you get, you learn what you like. You start learning what you don't like. And then the next girls just start getting better and better. Through my experience, they all get better and better and better. It's crazy.
Work out. I'm optimistic about it. I've learned a lot from this person. I see the qualities that I might want in the future. So you always should intake from people. I never leave something negative, because that can cause a lot of problems. Always just say, this is how it's ending. It doesn't, might not be right. It might not be the time, whatever your reasoning is. But I feel like the best thing to do is take from that and proceed in that. Again, there's going to be multiple opportunities. There's going to be so many people that walk in and out of your life. For me, it's hard as a man, because that's when you meet somebody, and again, it could be you feel in your heart that's the right person, it's the right time. But then again, it's like you never know. Right now in society, so many people's feelings are mixed. They might not ever be on the same page with you.
But at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, though, it's about yourself. It's like society can tell you this, music can tell you this, TV, movies, love stories, all this. At the end of the day, it's like, what do you want? What do you feel? What do you believe about love? Like, you have your own standards, you have your own experience, you have your own, everybody has their own trust issues, everybody has their own, perspective on love and how they feel about it. But I think, like, with society and whatnot, it's like you have a choice to believe that or not believe that. Or like, okay, well, movies show me this. Like, this is how love's supposed to be. So many girls think, like, Prince Charming, blah, blah, blah. You grow up, girls watch, Cinderella and whatnot. And look, that's how we're taught at a young age, is like, Cinderella, lose your slipper, blah, 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 Prince Charming. But it's not like that. It's not like that at all. And you learn that through experience. And, like, how you were saying, like, every relationship you've been in, like, it just gets better and better. But that's just because everybody is a lesson learned, whoever comes in your life, good or bad. But you chose yourself to learn from that lesson, or just to, beat yourself up and be like, oh, I regret that.
You want to know why I think it gets better and better? Because, like, when you date that person, now it's like, how through your own experience, right? Now you know how it is to be with a person that's like this. And then you take that person's good qualities, you're like, you know what? Well, I like this, how it was, he was funny, like, for you. He was funny, whatever, but, like, he was too controlling, whatever. So now in your next relationship, you're going to be like, okay, he has these good qualities I like, maybe more, and he doesn't have the bad ones. But now he might have different bad ones that you never had before,
There's something I talked about a while ago. It's funny you kind of like that, and I talked about in football. I kind of related to football, and I said I'm using girls because obviously I'm a man and that's what I date. But I said
maybe. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I date. But I said that it's funny because some girls, you would have a roster, right? Let's say you have a roster of 5 men, and you would have the number 1 draft pick be your best option. He's overall 99, right? But girls sometimes go for the 5th pick, and they're like, yo, I love this guy. He could possibly win me a championship. He could possibly win me a ring. It's that possibility, right? But you're obviously better with this person. You see the quality, you see how he treats you, you see how he cares about you. But I feel like a lot of people are so mixed in trying to make somebody become what they want. They would pick the overall 5 pick, try to take the abilities that the number 1 pick has, and take it and say, man, I want to give him these qualities. And if I give him these qualities, and if he works on it, he could possibly be the number 1. But let me tell you, like, the thing about a man is if they're right for you, they're going to show you from the start.
And also what you said about, like, the guy, if he really wants you, he'll start from the start. I think with this situation, like, me telling a guy in my situation, he told me he was very respectful about it. He's like, I understand your decision. Like, I understand what you're going through. He's like, I'll always be here. He's like, I always, have love for you, blah, blah, blah. Then when my time came to where it's like, okay, I am ready for a relationship. I have the time. Like, I'm not going through things no more. Like, things are content in my life right now. Like, okay, I'm ready for a relationship. I just didn't have that connection with him no more. Like, it was still on his end. Like, he still was, like, kind of waiting for me. But unfortunately, on my part, it was just like, I don't feel attracted to you anymore. And he respected that as well. But I think, thinking back at that situation, at the moment, I thought he was the right person. So was he really the right person if my attraction to him died down? Like, I
guess it's a confusing thing. It matters where your mind's at, and I think it just matters who you are as a person. And sometimes you get more invested than what someone else is more invested into, and sometimes they feel like they're lacking something. It could be just possibly then they're lacking, something in their life to feel like they can be content with you, so they're willing to go ahead and separate the right way. And maybe it could possibly happen again, and maybe not. And that kind of contradicts what I said in the beginning, because now listening, I guess I understand more of, what, people can change, and you can change over that time, and maybe what you thought was right in that specific moment, potentially was only right in that moment.
I'm glad me and you stopped, because I would not be where I'm at right now. Like,
same thing for me. Like, you feel me, when I bring you up and you pass things, but you feel me, like,
but no hate. Like, I love you. I love you. Like, I'm glad you're in my life, because without you, I would not be where I'm at.
We said what we said for a reason. You know what I mean? We did what we did for a reason.